Hi everyone, Pastor Matt here with another weekly encouragement video. This week I wanted to talk to us and encourage us about the practice of prayer. One of the reasons that prayer's been on my radar recently is I've been running a Bible study or a Grow course in the book of Daniel, and just about every time we encounter Daniel in that book, he's at prayer in one way or another. Every time Daniel pops up, there's a problem going on, and Daniel's response is to pray about it, to talk to God, and to seek God's wisdom and leading in that situation. And just reminded me again, and I think it's worth reminding everyone that, prayer is supposed to be a dialogue between us and God. And it is wonderful that we can come to God and present Him with all our prayers and petitions, our requests for ourselves and for others. But we do need to create some space in our prayer to actually allow God to speak to us. I know it sounds silly to have to say that, but it really is a part of what we can expect God to do for us. In Romans chapter 8, the Apostle Paul tells the Romans that the Spirit of God testifies with our own spirit about our standing as children of God. And that enables us to come to Him confident that He will hear us and that He will answer us. Now, granted, the answers that we receive might not always be the ones we want, and in fact sometimes they may be so bizarre that we fail to even recognize them as answers to prayer. But unless we're readily expecting God to respond in some form to our prayers, then so often we miss when God supplies an answer, because we either don't expect one or we're just not in the right frame of mind to see it coming. I just wanted to encourage everybody this week to, in your prayer time, maybe make some space for God to talk to you. It might be through an audible word in your head, or you might even hear it out loud through your ears. It might just be an impression or a sense of a way forward with a problem or a struggle that you're experiencing in your life at the moment. But I really think it's important for us as a church, not just as individuals, but as a church, to be praying through this time of isolation and COVID-19 restrictions. Nobody really knows what is coming next, and obviously those of you who are aware, Lifeway put out a plan, I guess, for how we might return back to worshipping together, provided that things continue on the same trajectory that they're on at the moment. But we don't know whether that's going to be able to happen. We don't know whether there's going to be a second wave of infections. We don't know what's coming, but we know that when we spend time in prayer, earnestly seeking God and His will and His wisdom for us and for our situation, just like Daniel did, that God is faithful in revealing a way forward and revealing a plan for us. The book of Daniel also talks about the effectiveness of prayer when it comes to spiritual warfare. There's plenty of opportunity for us to pray into situations that don't seem very positive, or that can seem bleak and like there's no hope. But the prayers of God's people, the prayers of the righteous, are powerful and effective, we're told. And so I just really want to encourage us as a community not to let the practice of prayer kind of slip during this time, and not to just use it as an opportunity to say to God, look, God, I'm struggling with this and this, and I need your help. Absolutely do that. That's one perfectly fine way to pray, and certainly one of the functions of prayer is to come to God with our requests and our needs. But to do it in a way that we also remember God is interested in the welfare of His church. So pray for Lifeway. Pray for, this seems a bit self-serving, but pray for myself and Pastor Mark and all of our leaders, our leadership team, as we continue to spend our own time in prayer and try to discern what God's will for us moving forward is. Pray for our community, that as restrictions are eased, that we might feel safe and confident to be able to come back to worship together. Pray for each other, pray for the church, and expect God to give you an answer. And maybe, as we'll see over the next few weeks as we continue our sermon series in the book of Ruth, we might even see God answer us in ways that we could not have imagined or even expected. So that's my encouragement this week. Let's get together as a community, let's pray, and let's see what God has to say to us. That's about it for this week. God bless you, and may your prayers be answered, and may you see those answers come to fruition in your life. See you next time.